Hello everyone, and this is ZvZ here to bring you another match from the RSL. Hold on half a second. Whoops, did not mean to hit that button there. It's what I meant to do. Between Hyun as the red Zerg in the top left, or in the middle left, I guess, sort of topish middle, versus Symbol as the blue Zerg in the bottom-ish right. Bottom middle-ish right. Anyways, this map is Guillotine, I believe. I did not quite catch the name before I loaded it up. I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to load up a replay, and I'm pretty sure it'll be somewhere I recognize. I'm like 90% sure this is Guillotine, but I cannot be sure. Yeah, I remember I casted this, I believe with Huck. Maybe it wasn't Huck. I think it was Huck. Where, yeah, I was just thinking about how amazing this is for a Forge Fast Expand. You could put your pylon there, your Nexus there, and your wall up is pretty much complete already. It's insane. Of course, the disadvantage being the single gas there. And I think there is one less mineral field there than standard, or two less mineral fields than standard. Indeed there is, but hey, that's fine. That is perfectly alright, because frankly this base is not all that unsafe by itself. Yeah, it's not. And this base here, not too shabby either when it comes to security. It's a little more difficult, of course, but I mean, this area here can be secured by just like one little bit of something. Like you can put an overlord here, and then when you are, since you're defending this base already, it's, you know, not too hard to defend this one as well. We're going to see how this goes on. I do say that for Zerg, I think this actually is a little bit weaker of a map, because it does expose the hatchery a little bit. On the other hand, this might make it easier for them to defend. I don't know. What I do know is that Symbol appears to have gone hatch first, while Hyun has gone spawning pool first. We'll see how much of a difference this makes in the play. It does mean that Hyun could have Lings out much quicker, but then again we do have the gas coming down much faster for Symbol, meaning he will have speed done long before Hyun. So we're going to see how this works out. I think that Hyun will not be able to do too much pressure against Symbol, and that Symbol will have speed quickly enough to put pressure back on Hyun. And that is going to be my prediction for the day. We do have the gas finally coming down, but Symbol's already halfway to his goal. Anyway, I do love this. I'm going to have to work with this in some of the maps I make. Either way, we do have that complete, and does he go for speed ASAP? No, it wasn't for speed. What could you... The only other use for 100 gas would be a quick lair, or... No, it was for speed, he just was doing something else at the time. Can't imagine what with that much APM took up enough of his time to delay speed, but either way, speed is on the way long before. I mean, he's going to have really an advantage when it comes to that versus Hyun. So we'll see how that works out. We do have the queens finished. I feel like he's going to be using the... he's going to be a little bit more aggressive than Hyun was going to be anyways. Not entirely sure what these queens are doing. I suppose they are going to try and chase these overlords away. Don't think they'll actually be able to get the kill, which sort of, I think, works in favor to what I was saying, and I think Hyun also agrees, thinking something's going to be coming out here pretty soon, putting a spine crawler down already. I quite agree with that. No, it looks like he was chasing away for the drone. That's actually a very smart move, because now I was convinced that Symbol was going to be very aggressive. He is not. Or he still could be, honestly, because once again he'll have that advantage with speed. But Hyun playing this very, very safe, has a wall off, not something you often hear about with Zerg, but think about this advantage in a ZvZ. Having that wall off makes Lings so much less of a problem. Either way, we're going to see how this goes on. We have the gas being mined once again. We have a Roach Warren coming down, just ultra safe from Hyun. I'm sorry, that's actually Symbol, isn't it? What am I doing? Whoopsie daisy. We have now the Roach Warren coming down, and we have a lair as well. I feel like Hyun might be doing some... I'm not really even sure what he's doing, but I'm sure it's something interesting. Symbol, on the other hand, just taking the bases, taking everything he needs. I do get the feeling that he is going to be the winner of this match. I just feel like he's setting himself up to be in a much better position than Hyun, who I feel is just taking this much too cautiously and isn't going to be able to really compete with the better economy and better tech of Symbol. Well, for some reason I can't say Symbol's name. Just like every time I'm like Symbol, I say Hyun. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm used to one Zerg, or I don't even know, because I casted Ghost User versus Bly well enough. Anyway, he's going to have his Zerg coming down late, but we do have a lot of roaches on the way. He could put a lot of pressure with this. On the other hand, I think we did see some roaches come out for Symbol and a lot of lings. The question is whether or not it will be enough. I have no idea. This is going to be quite an interesting battle, to say the least, since he almost has to put pressure on this or he'll be in trouble. The lings are going to be moving across the map, going to be trying to pick that hatchery off. Will not be happening. Those roaches are aware because of the Overlord spread. They're going to see the roaches, though, which of course will be a tip-off to Symbol of what's going on. Now he's going to have to kick his economy into high gear. Oh, but there's the wall off. Not quite as complete as he would have liked. He might lose a queen bee here because of it. Nevertheless, he does manage to stop most of the lings from getting through, which is, I suppose, its own success. But yeah, I mean, the question is whether or not he has enough to pressure this economy, especially now that he had to waste that time dealing with those lings. Looks like he's going to be heading right across the map, though. Going to be seeing what he can do. I don't know if it's going to be a lot. We still have a lot of roaches on the way. The question is whether or not they'll be done in time. It's actually a fairly short distance between these bases, especially when you count the creep. And here we go, roach on roach action. I feel like Hyun's got the better engagement. He does have the better engagement here. This is definitely favoring him. He's getting a lot more hits with those roaches. On the other hand, Defender's advantage is quite strong as roaches continue to flood in. He might lose. No, he's going to save that roach, and now he's got them from both sides. The only question is whether or not it'll be enough for Symbol. It is not that original advantage Hyun had in the engagement. Way more than Symbol was able to overcome, but he's going to force Hyun away eventually, although I think the units lost have there. Yep, it favors Hyun quite a bit. Still, quite an interesting matchup. I feel like it was that +1 upgrade advantage that Hyun had mixed with a very much better arc. Symbol moved back into this area, but Hyun was able to spread out a much larger force there, and so basically Symbol could not get the shots he needed off. Anyways, it looks like he's going to be trying to press back. I don't think it'll be able to do a huge amount of damage here because, once again, Defender's advantage is good. I feel like he's just going to lose a lot. I mean, just consider this. If this was a PvP and that sort of situation had happened, that would have been a game over for Symbol. Oh, but now he does have an opening if his roaches weren't going backwards. No, but they are. Of course, that's why he was able to pull all of his roaches back without too much of a worry, because he knew that with these overlords, I feel like something has to be done about these overlords if either player really wants to win this game. One of them needs to get control of the air, because right now it's just you can't do anything without somebody knowing it. The way it looks like it's going to be a mostly roach battle, not something I'm very used to in these games. Does look like Hyun once again has a very slight advantage against his opponent. I do say slight advantage because that +1 carapace that Symbol has is not really as important in roach on roach battles. Does look like he will be going for it now, though. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't think he has Hive, so it's really sort of a moot point. He does need Hive before he can go to +3 anyway. But yeah. Either way, a lot of roaches coming out. This is going to be a very heavy roach battle. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before myself. Can't wait to enjoy it. Now it's all about where you engage with this. Just like before, looks like, yeah, he's going to be running back because all of a sudden these roaches here, if you get that engagement, oh my goodness, you're golden. No way anybody's going to be able to deal with that. Oh, but we do have the counterattack here. I'm really loving Symbol using these small amounts of lings just everywhere, managing to get kills, managing to do damage, but we do have a max roach army out for Hyun, who's going to be moving across the map with it. No point not to. Once you have this many roaches, I mean, you have to attack, basically. Now, here we go. Now the engagement begins. Hyun once again getting a beautiful arc. Not sure if he quite got the better deal this time. He does have the supply advantage, but he is losing it quickly, remaxing as he goes on, though, which does not look like Symbol is quite doing. Oh, I do feel like that Symbol just quite a slightly better arc because of that ramp, and of course there's the defender advantage at work, and Hyun's pulling back. He does not want to lose as much as he could. Don't know why those roaches split there. Feel like it might have cost him a roach. Either way, he does have way more roaches coming back on the field. This will be trying to pressure, I believe, the 4th base. Yep, that's what he's doing. Yeah, there's the Overlord spotting that out. He's not going to be able to get it, I don't think. Might be able to focus it down if he works hard. But there's the engagement. Hyun once again getting right up in their faces. Quite able to deal with this. Hey, there's a Zelnaka tower here. I never even noticed that before. And this is just a remax battle. All of a sudden, Hyun, though, has way more supply than his opponent. That is definitely going to favor him all of a sudden, as he's just flooding roaches back across the map. The question is basically about the engagement now, because as we saw before, just because you have more roaches doesn't really matter if the engagement is perfect. Whoa. Wow, I almost need a drink of water and just talking so fast, talking so much. And it does look like Hyun's going to be able to push right through this. Oh, and there's the GG from Symbol. Hyun takes the first game in this set. Wow, that was good. Roach on roach action. That sounds sort of kinky, but whatever.